So I've been trading for about 3 years now, and I feel like I have enough credibility to come on here and tell you guys some of the things that I've learned within my journey, within trading, within business, and just within life in general. How you can become a better person, not only in business but as in your life. All right. So I'm not gonna sugarcoat you. I'm gonna go straight into it. The one thing that I really treat the most important within my life and within my business and stuff like that is all of your actions lead to some sort of outcome. Now, let's just say, for example, all you do all day is sit on your phone, watch TikToks, and kind of you just bullshit around. You don't have like a plan for yourself. You don't have anything going on for yourself. You're just kind of just going with the flow of how life is. You're working a normal job or anything or something like that, and you're kind of just accepting it. Later down the line, maybe 10, 15, 20 years from now, you're broke as fuck. You have absolutely no idea what you're doing with your life and you're regretting things. That's your outcome for the input. The input was your life before of not doing anything, not having a drive for a successful life, and the outcome is you regretting not having that drive that you wanted before. Now, let me take this to another example. Let's just say for someone, let's say they are very successful within, with their discipline. All right, they work out every day, they stay humble, they continue to educate themselves every single day within trading, business, whatever it could be. These are the type of people that will have a successful outcome. These are the type of people that will have a better outcome than the other person that didn't really care about their life. Now, here's another example. Let's just say, for example, you're studying for a test, but you kind of just like bullshitting around. You're not really studying, whatever. You give like minimum effort. All right, what you're gonna get out of that is probably a lower score on your test. All right, now let's just say, for example, you got someone who's really studying, they're really trying their ass off, they're trying to get a good score. Their outcome is the fact that they got a better score on their test. So think about it like this: you're putting something in and then you're getting something out. You're putting $1 into a vending machine, you're choosing an option, and then you're getting something out of it. You have to understand that whatever you do within your life right now will have a major effect. 10, couple, even let's just say, for example, you're going out drinking tonight. All right, how are you gonna feel tomorrow? The input is you drinking, and the outcome is you being fucking hungover and pissed off that your head hurts or whatever. Okay, you have to realize that everything in your life that happens right now that you're doing has some sort of outcome. All right. Another thing I want to talk about is the more that you bullshit around, the farther that you are pushing your success farther away from you. Okay? Think about, have you ever, like, if you've ever played with toys as a kid, there was like the little trains that you connect with like magnets and stuff, and if you flipped one other way around and you pushed it, like it would like push itself with it. Or like, just whatever, anything with a magnet, and you flip it to the opposite side and it pushes it away. Think about it like that. So the thing that's pushing it is the bullshit that you're doing. So let's just say, for example, you're bullshitting around. You're vaping, you're smoking weed, you're going out to parties and stuff like that. But you want to be successful. But the thing is, you're not putting in the work and you're not doing the things that are necessary to become that person that you want to be. You're just pushing your success farther away. This goes same thing with trading. For example, let's just say you're not disciplined. You're not sticking to your rules. You're kind of just like, you're just placing trades just to place trades so you can pass your account. All right, that's the bullshit that you're doing, and you're just pushing your success farther away. This is something that I wish I learned a lot sooner within my life, because I would have been so much farther ahead than I am right now if I just realized that everything that I do right now is pushing me farther away than I need to be. You're digging yourself a deeper hole than you need to, that you are. All right. So like I said, the more bullshit that you do around at this time will push your success farther away than it needs to go. Okay? Now another thing, less is more in trading, in life, and everything. All right? In trading, for example, if you know 50 different concepts, okay, but you're still unprofitable, but then you look at another guy that has one concept and he's very profitable, what you're going to realize is that, hey, I'm doing too much stuff right now. I'm looking at 50 different things on the charts and I am absolutely confused of what's going on. All right, you have to understand that less is more. Okay, less trades is better, because if you're just taking random trades, then you're taking more trades than you need to be. You need to take at least 1 or 2 trades that rely and move with your strategy. Okay, I've gotten to the point where I'm only taking one trade a day because I know that less is more. If I just start taking a bunch of trades, if I'm not disciplined enough, and I'm like getting that FOMO that I don't have enough bread and I don't have enough money, I'm getting greedy. I'm gonna want to take more trades, but what you realize is that you need to have less trades. Okay, so it's literally like, I don't even know how to explain it. Think about it as like a bucket. All right, like let's just say you're filling up a bucket. You want to carry as much of that water to a certain place, but you can only do it to a certain point, to the top line or to the top level of that bucket. Obviously, I don't even know how to fucking explain it, but it's literally just less is more. You need to understand that the more bullshit that you do, the more confused you will be. The more that you're going to push yourself back than you need to be, because you're going to add all these certain things within your trading strategy, and then you're going to push yourself back because you're lost and you don't understand. I have a good example of this. One of my students within my Discord had a very simple strategy. It was the strategy that I used: liquidity sweep of London session or Asia session, a fair value gap, and target the other side of the drawn liquidity. Super simple. He was very profitable with it. He had like a 30-day win streak, no problem. But then he started talking to this other guy who started giving him all this other advice and, trying to push him to a different strategy that this guy uses. So he starts using this strategy. It's like a bunch of SMTs. You look at standard deviation, CISD, a bunch of other stuff that is unnecessary. He became completely unprofitable at that point. Okay, he went from having a 30-day win streak, consistent, having I think he had 2 payouts at the time, and then once he started moving on to some other bullshit, he had 50 different confluences within his strategy. He lost everything. He blew his accounts, and he lost all of his mentality because he thought that more was going to be better. But what people don't fail to realize is that less is more. You do not, and this is a big misconception in trading and in life in general, you do not need a bunch of different confluences to become profitable. Less is more. I have 3 confluences within my strategy: liquidity sweep, fair value gap, and draw on liquidity. That's it. And I see this almost every single day. Almost every single day I see the setup. Maybe 9 times out of 10 I see the setup. You don't need 50 different things to become profitable. It's just simple. Keep it simple for yourself, because the more simpler that you have it, the easier it is for you to become profitable. Okay, now I want to talk about taking lessons or losses and turning them into lessons. This same thing goes for, less is more. You fail to, let's just say, for example, this kid, he learned the fact that, hey, I was losing because I started adding a bunch of bullshit within my strategy, and he learned from that, and now he went back to the original strategy that he was using. Same thing goes for anything within life. If you're riding a bike as a kid, let's just say, for example, it's your first time riding a bike. You fall over, you scratch your knee, and then you're like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna give up? No, you want to ride your bike because everyone else, all your friends around you, are riding bikes. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take that lesson. Okay, I'm not gonna turn too hard or something like that. You're not gonna turn too hard, so you're not gonna fall over. Okay, what you're gonna do is you're gonna try to keep the steering wheel straight or the handlebar straight. You're gonna take that as a learning lesson so you don't fuck up your knee again. And then eventually, let's just say, for example, if you gave up because you fell over, you scratched your knee, you think by now you'd want to you'd know how to ride a bike? No, you're just gonna, if you give up, you have to just take everything as a learning lesson. Be able to understand that everything happens for a reason. Nothing in this world happens without some sort of purpose. Okay. Now, this kind of goes back to the other thing that I was talking about. Less is more. Too much info can fuck you up. Like I was just saying, if you have 50 different confluences, you're going to start seeing a bunch of different things. This confluence is going to say bullish, but the other confluence is going to say bearish. Now you're confused because you don't know where the fuck price is going to want to go. Okay? What did I say? Less is always more. Now, this is something people 100% fail to realize at home all the time, especially newer traders, is that trading is only 10% of knowing how to actually trade, all the concepts, all the strategies and stuff like that. That's 10%. 90% of it is all in your head. It's the psychology. It's the discipline that comes within trading. It is very simple. I can easily hop on a chart and I'll show you my strategy. Very simple. But do you think it was easy for me to have that psychology and lock myself in? No, it is very difficult. If you're within that within that area where you're like, fuck, like I know what I'm doing, but I'm not there yet. It's because you don't have the right mindset to it. You're still blowing accounts. You know what you're doing, but you're still blowing accounts and stuff. You know exactly what the fuck you're doing. So lock in. 10% of trading is actual trading, and then 90% is right here. That's all it is. Another thing, stop being afraid to lose. Okay, this is something that I see all the fucking time. All right, motherfuckers that get on an eval and they're like, oh, I'm only gonna risk like $100 per trade. No, if you're getting on an eval, you need to be okay with losing $50. Okay, if you blow the account, it's only $50. Go get a job if you're afraid to lose $50. Okay, it is that simple. Go get a job. Go mow some fucking grass. Go sell your fucking $200 Yeezys that you do not even wear that are sitting on your wall. I guarantee you, someone that's watching this has that type of shit and is complaining about money. Stop being afraid to lose. Do you think if you fell over on your bike and you just gave up, and then you're gonna be scared? Like I was just talking about, you're scared to scratch up your knee again. You think if you gave up, you would be fucking riding a bike right now if you knew how to ride a bike? No. You'd give up and then you'd be scared to do it again. If you want to be a risk taker, you have to do things that you've never done before. You have to be able to lose money. When I was first starting out in trading, I had absolutely no idea what the fuck I was doing. I was going on to options. I was going on Robinhood. Random stock I saw it going up. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm buying calls. All right. Put like a fucking $1,000 into it. I lost the whole thing. But I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna learn this either one way or another. So I just kept adding money into it, eventually realizing I'm doing fucking something stupid. So I stopped. I held myself back and I was like, okay, let me try this again. Let me get this from a different angle, different perspective. So I started looking at different strategies and stuff like that. But what I never fucking was scared to lose money, because I know eventually, at the end of this, I will always figure this out if you just never quit. If you never quit, you will 100% figure it out. And if you're at that learning stage where you're like, you have no idea what you're doing, you're kind of just lost right now, just keep sticking with it. Keep showing up every single day. And understand that eventually you will figure it out. It will fucking snap within your head. Okay, I was at a certain point where I had absolutely no idea what the fuck I was doing, okay? It got to a certain point where I was like, I was genuinely going to give up. But then something clicked. Something literally clicked within my head, and I was like, okay, I'm never giving up on this, because I finally understand it. I didn't know where the fucking road was going to take me, but I just understood that if I ever fucking gave up, I would never figure it out. But since I didn't quit, I figured it out like that. It's literally going to snap in your head. If you're at that point where you're still confused and you're still kind of lost within your trading and everything like that, just trust me on this. Continue learning, continue fucking showing up every single day, and I guarantee you it will click. No matter how fucking long it takes you. If it takes you a year, if it takes you fucking 10 years, I guarantee you it will fucking click. You will have that sensation in your head where like, bang, it clicks in your head, right? Another thing, you should trade like a fucking computer. When you see your setup, you take it. If you do not see your fucking setup, do not take it. It's that simple. You should literally be like a piece of code inside of a computer. All right, you get the liquidity sweep. Okay, that's checklist off. Check number 1. Fair value gap. Checklist number 2. All right, draw on liquidity. Checklist number 3. All right, I'm taking shorts right there. Bang. If I don't see my setup, I don't take anything. This is another thing too. You have to be okay with not trading on certain days. There's been a week and a half. There was like 8 days or like 10 days of where I didn't trade because I didn't see my setup. I think in February which was my worst month in a very long time, or March or February, one of those months. I was just consistently not trading because I didn't see my setup. And other people that were trading, they were all losing their accounts and they were all blowing their accounts because they were trying to find something that wasn't there. What I realized, and what other people fail to realize, is the fact that you need to trade only what you see and not what you want to see. Okay? The market doesn't give a fuck about you. It doesn't give a fuck about me. You have to understand that the market will do its thing no matter what. If you mark out a liquidity sweep and you're like, oh, I guarantee you that that liquidity sweep is going to get hit. No, it isn't. I 100% guarantee you it is not. Okay? Because the market will do what it wants. Maybe it does get hit, but that doesn't mean that you say it will because you think it is. Okay? If you're ever thinking to yourself, will this trade work out? You should not be entering on this trade. Okay? You should be so confident within your strategy to know that this trade will work out. If not, what you're going to do is you're going to take a step back and you're going to see, why did this trade not work out? Okay? You have to have yourself questioning. If you question yourself at all when you're entering this trade, that means you're not confident whatsoever. Which means you should not be entering that trade at all. All right? Another thing as well, this is my last and final thing. Stop having a victim mentality. The world is not against you. Everything happens for a reason within life. You have to take everything as a learning lesson. Just like I talked about before, you need to take everything as a learning lesson. If you blow your account, there was a reason behind it. You were doing something wrong. What you need to do is take a step back, see what you were doing wrong, journal it, analyze it, and then be like, all right, I did this. I realized what I did wrong, and what I need to do is fix that. When you stop doing all the bullshit that you were doing, and then you try again, and then you try again, you try again, you try again, until you get to the point where you finally succeed. All right? One last thing, because I feel like I've been talking for too long. Patience pays. All right? The more you are able to stay patient within yourself, within life, within trading, within anything, it will all pay off. Like I was just saying, in February or March, whatever month it was, I didn't trade for like 10 days straight because I did not see my setup. The next month came along, I banked because I was staying patient. I understood that eventually the market will correct itself because there's always tomorrow, there's always another day, another week, another month, another year. The stock market is not going anywhere. Trading is not going to go anywhere without you. Okay? Be okay with taking days off and just observing, sitting on your hands. Literally, if you're like not comfortable with like not trading, sit on your hands. Like literally, if you have zero self-control, sit on your hands and just watch. Don't touch your mouse, don't touch your computer whatsoever. Just sit on your hands and watch, because eventually it'll all pay off. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and probably hopefully learned something new. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.